Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys straight from T-Mobile's newsroom. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. T-Mobile spooks the competition with more third-party network wins. So this one for Q3 coming out of Ookla. And again, T-Mobile wins across the board. They're the fastest provider. They have the lowest multi-server latency. They have the most consistency and the best mobile video experience. So let's check out some of the speeds here. So this is the overall speed. This is all technologies. T-Mobile at the front, first place, 163.59 megabits a second. AT&T and Verizon battling it out, 75.68 for Verizon, AT&T 72.64. And then on the uplink, nothing changed here. T-Mobile still in the lead at 11.31. Verizon at 8.66. And AT&T at 7.00. So now we move over to the 5G network performance. T-Mobile has the fastest 5G network, lowest 5G latency, undefeated 5G network consistency, and then best 5G video score also goes to T-Mobile. So let's check out the 5G performance. T-Mobile in first at 221.57 megabits a second, followed by Verizon at 153.79 megabits a second. And then in last place on 5G performance, AT&T at 101.55 megabits a second. So the report is listed in the article, and then we'll also go over the consistency score just briefly. T-Mobile at 85.2%, Verizon at 80.8%, and then AT&T at 78.4%. So the results are speaking for themselves. T-Mobile modernized the network since about 2018. When they started touching sites with 600 megahertz, that's when they started already modernizing the network again. They started ripping the cores back then, putting in new software cards, new dual radios that were 5G ready. And if they would have had 2.5 back then, they would have already slapped that on sites back then. But what that allowed them to do, going through pretty much the entire network in 2018, 2019 with N71, it allowed them to get the network ready and modernized to add 2.5 on there much smoother. So they didn't take a long time at the sites, ripping, replacing, having to add N41 as well as N71, right? Although that still happened. That's still happening today. Some sites still need N71, but majority of sites, they were already ready to receive 2.5. So T-Mobile just had to go to the site, add the panels, put in a new software card, and then they were ready to go. So that's something that helped them greatly achieve the network where it is today. And probably for the rest of 2023, like Q4, I don't see much changing. I see T-Mobile continuing to keep the lead. I do see Verizon closing the gap. On the 5G performance, Verizon's right there. And as they continue scaling C-band to new sites that never had it before, and they're opening the bandwidth now to 140, 160, 200, depending on county, Verizon will pick up speeds very, very, very quickly. So I see them getting closer, but I still see T-Mobile maintaining the speed lead for this year. Next year, I think that's going to be a totally different story. And I also see AT&T picking up drastically in that mid-band performance in 2024 as well. So I wanted to share this with you guys, right? T-Mobile wins overall across all performance metrics on Ookla, lowest latency, best video. They win it all. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what this does. Like I said, you can hate it, or I told someone this earlier. You can hate it or love it when it comes to T-Mobile, but they're showing results. They're showing results in the amount of customers that they grow by. They're starting to pick up the financials. And the third parties are showing you that T-Mobile is improving the network. So we'll see what happens, right? We still have to see Open Signal. We'll see what they post. But T-Mobile continuing to improve. It's good to see. The competition is still lagging behind. They'll eventually catch up. They're spending a lot of money, but T-Mobile's out in front. If T-Mobile is smart, they would start raising the CapEx bit by bit, in my opinion, and they continue keeping the lead. If they go to 12, 13, 14 billion, that for me is enough for them to maintain the lead, in my opinion, right? Will they eventually go to 15, 16, 17? Remains to be seen. We'll see what they do with fiber. We'll see if they continue leasing now that they have new leadership. But for the time being, T-Mobile continues winning Ookla, and we'll see for how long. But the results are there, right? They continue growing. They're taking some share in business now. They grow fixed wireless access. And as you can see, even with that growth, it hasn't slowed down the network. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.